Well, good evening, and welcome to St. James Family Worship, the perfect place for people who aren't. I thank God that you've taken the time to be a part of this devotional review tonight. I pray that you have had a fabulous day and that God has blessed you real good. Praying for our young men that are on the field tonight playing football, that they will be safe. And we pray for all of our band members and all that are there at the game tonight. We're getting into day 281 of our open door devotional review tonight. I'll wait to the end. Got an announcement for Sunday morning. I'll wait to the end of the devotional tonight. So tonight we're talking about love turns work into ministry. Love turns work into ministry. Our text tonight is Titus 3:14, and it says, "Our people must learn to spend their time doing good in order to provide for real needs. They should not live useless lives." Man. Let's read that. Let me read that again. Our people must learn to spend their time doing good in order to provide for real needs. They should not live useless lives. Your work is your most important thing in this life, because your work is your God-given assignment, your purpose, your reason for existence in this dimension. First, let's make sure we know the difference in your work and your job. There's a difference between work and job. In this world, we must do something to acquire money and to live, to survive. But unfortunately, most of us end up doing something for 40 years that God never had on our chart. It was never part of our assignment. So we do and spend most of our life not in work, but in a job. A job is easy to slip into when you haven't discovered your purpose, the reason for your existence. Life is about purpose. Purpose is the original intent that was in the mind of the maker of a thing. God originally intended for you to accomplish certain things, do certain things, create certain things, be in charge of certain things. Things that are a part of your ministry or your assignment or your purpose. Ministry. Did I say ministry? Ministry. Yes, ministry. We're all called into ministry. You may not be a pastor. You may not be a minister that preaches from the pulpit, but you are nonetheless still a minister, and you are in ministry. Ministry is simply meeting people's needs in love. And if you love people and love meeting needs, there's great joy in ministry. Your work is your ministry. That's what work is. Your work is your ministry. But if you haven't discovered your ministry or your purpose, your present job, you better hear me, is your ministry. If you haven't discovered ministry, purpose, then your ministry is your job that you work at every day. Why do I say that? Because along your job, you will find your work. If you work on your job long enough, you will find your work. Come to St. James. I'll discuss that more with you if you're not there. A job is what you do until you discover your work. And if you love your job, you'll be ecstatic when you find your work, the calling of God for your life, your assignment. When you love what you do, you do a good job. I'm going to say that again. When you love what you do, you will do an excellent job. Hello, Calvin Cersei. Mind if I call you Skeet? Man, we go a long way back from singing in the Young Inspiration group when we were singing together years ago. God bless you. Learn to love what you do, whether it's a job or it's your given assignment. Learn to love it. Learn to love it. Love turns work into ministry. Turns it into ministry. When you love what you do, you will do the best job. You'll continue and you will be faithful because you love what you do. It's something to have to get up every day and go do something you hate. You shouldn't have to hate to go to a job. Learn to use that job as ministry till you find your work. Don't quit your job if you hadn't discovered your work. Because if you quit your job and you haven't discovered your work, you might have some days of being hungry. Because if a man won't work, Bible say a man shouldn't eat. So love turns work into ministry. You won't hate doing whatever you do when you've been called to do it. You do it with a passion. You do it, you love it. And when you find something that you love, just like even with a person, if you're married, you know what I'm saying. When you find something you love, you stick with it. You stick with it. The same way with your assignment, same way with ministry. When you find it and you find the purpose, the calling of God, you love it and you stick with it. Well, God bless you tonight. Before I go, want to mention that we're in a teaching series, Getting Unstuck, and we've gone into getting unstuck in your finances, getting unstuck in your finances. And Sunday morning, I have someone coming. I'm going to minister, not going to minister alone Sunday morning because I want some other people to minister to us. We run into a problem, and I'm gonna say this. In especially in the black community, we run into this problem. Here is the problem. Someone dies in the community, and the next thing you know, someone's circulating something, asking for money, begging to help put the person in the ground. That's a travesty. That should never happen. Everyone should be responsible to make sure that they have at least enough insurance to put themselves in the ground. Okay. Don't leave me yet. Anybody that's driving a car on the road ought to be responsible enough to have insurance on their car. So if you have a wreck, watch this, and hit my car, you can pay for it. Hello, somebody. They ought to be responsible. That's ministry. That's ministry. Anybody that's got a house, y'all ain't talking to me. Anybody that's got a house ought to have insurance on your house, so if a storm comes, if a fire comes, and watch this, my mama told me a long time ago, a rainy day coming, a storm is coming. What if a storm come and blow half the roof off? Do you have funds to take care of it? Then you should be insured. Know this. I'm not trying to sell you nothing. I ain't no insurance sales. I ain't trying to sell you nothing. I got a gentleman coming to talk to you about the principle not to sell you nothing, the principle of covering yourself. Covering. Just like a man covers his wife, you ought to make sure that you are covered. And Sunday morning, we're going to have Mike Elrod. Mike Elrod is going to be at St. James. Not going to be long, but just for a little bit, he's going to talk to you about principles, financial principles as it relates to your auto, your house, your life, your responsibility. Mike Elrod. And after I'm on to minister first, then Mike Elrod is going to come. And then after Mike Elrod comes up to end the service, my good friend Keith Wonderboy Johnson is going to be in the house Sunday morning, and he's going to end the service by ministering praise, worship. And those of you that know him know that he's going to shout us happy. He's going to shout us happy Sunday at the end of service. So make sure you are at St. James, 1005 Nobles Road in Wetumpka Sunday morning. We're going to have a blast. Again, I'm dealing with getting unstuck in your finances. Mike Elrod is going to be talking to you about principles of covering yourself. And then Keith Wonderboy Johnson is going to be singing songs like I'm gonna hide behind the mountain, and lots of other hits that he have out. So I look forward to seeing you Sunday morning at St. James Family Worship Sunday School, 9 a.m. So the church starts promptly at 10 a.m. and I look forward to seeing you there Sunday morning. God bless you and God keep you is my prayer for you tonight.